Must be my energy.
Full stop. Can't believe I live in your thoughts.
Let's get those out.
Think about you.
Hello everyone, so thank you so much for clicking on this video, and if you did click on it, I'm going to assume that you're either a long-time subscriber or you were looking for tips and tricks on a self-love journey. Maybe you're wanting to start a self-love journey, maybe you're already on one. I am just starting out, so what I've done is I've collated a list of 10 tips and tricks that are going to help me, fingers crossed, along the way. So first things first, let's talk about self-love and what it is and why it's important. I mean, because we all know that it's important, but why? Like, why is it so important? So I'm going to tell you. I found a quote and I've got it written down in my notebook that's falling apart. So self-love, essentially, and I'm going to pop it on the screen here. So essentially, self-love is to take care of yourself both physically and mentally. It's about authentic self-acceptance and realizing you're a work in progress as well as a masterpiece, meaning that you accept your mistakes and work on becoming a better version of you. And essentially, self-love is pushing you to take better care of yourself. And I keep seeing this meme flying around on Facebook and Instagram and even TikTok at times, where it's like, it's a mum and she's sitting there and she's like, my kids are walking around in all brand new gear and yet I'm walking around in something that's 10 years old. And that is sort of, for me, the turning point. When you realize that that's where you are, then that should be where you start showing yourself some love and showing yourself some appreciation and accepting that this doesn't have to be you. And what I do want to make really, really clear is self-love isn't about being selfish. It absolutely isn't, but it's about not just making everyone around you a priority and neglecting yourself. It's the acknowledgement that you have neglected yourself, and it's time to take some of that back, because how can you be the best version of yourself and how can you expect someone to love you and respect you if you don't love and respect yourself? So essentially, that's the journey that I'm going on. This is where I'm at, and hopefully you guys are on that journey too. So let's just get straight into the tips and tricks that I've got. So I am going to refer back to my notebook because I'm never going to memorize all of the tips and tricks. So get yourself a notepad, get a pen, get your notes out on your phone, whatever you're doing, get yourself a cup of tea, and let's just get on with it. So for me, in a self-love journey, I think the most important thing is to understand your love language. And for me, I have various different elements of my love language and things that I really, really like to either give to other people or receive from other people, that I like in my relationship, that I like in my friendships. And essentially, I need to be able to provide that for myself. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about in the self-love journey process is taking time for yourself. So if you love someone, if you care about someone, you always make that time to make sure that they're okay, don't you? You do. But you never take that time to make sure that you're okay. So what I want you to do is, I want you to make a promise to yourself right now. Right now, make yourself a promise of something that you're going to do religiously and regularly for yourself. I don't care whether it's running yourself a bath one day a week. I mean, what a simple thing, running yourself a bath one day a week. Just taking that hour once, if you've got kids, once they're in bed, if you've had a long day at work, whether you drink, whether you don't drink. I personally like a glass of wine when I'm in the bath, glass of wine, a bit of a saucy book. I do like a saucy book at the minute. Oh my God, I'm so obsessed with book talk. Oh, I'll leave some recommendations down below. I do love it. But yeah, so for me, my taking time for myself and making myself a priority. I run myself a bath. I get myself a bath bomb from Lush once a week. I throw it in there and I close the door. I put on some calming sort of like spa type music that I just find on YouTube, and I get in the bath with my book and I just stay there until it's gone cold, because I just don't want to get out. That is my time prioritizing me. And it doesn't have to look like that for you. It can look like anything. It can be going to the gym. It can be taking yourself out to a coffee shop, going on a date with yourself, that sort of thing. It can be anything. As long as you are prioritizing yourself and giving yourself that little bit of time that is just for you, doing something that just you want to do, just loving yourself and taking that time to feel good. That's what I'm talking about. The next thing is taking time out of your day to make an effort with your appearance. Now, I'm guilty, absolutely, of, I did it this morning, I'm not gonna lie. I get up out of bed, and if it's a day where I'm working from home, or it's a Saturday like today and I'm nipping out to do the ballet run first thing in the morning, I will not make an effort. Now, I know that there's going to be a shed load of dance mums at the studio, and if I'm being frank, on a Saturday morning I really couldn't give a crap. So essentially, you will literally, if you came to my dance studio where I take Mill, I literally walk in, I've got bed head, I've still got my like baby hairs here from like my postpartum hair loss with Max. So they're stuck up like devil horns, I've got hair everywhere, I'll have a messy bun, I'll have a big bag, I'll have a big baggy jumper on like now, and a pair of gym leggings and some trainers, no makeup, just not caring, literally not having a care in the world. And I walk in, and I do it every single weekend and every day that I'm working from home when I do the school run. I do it all the time. And as soon as I get to a place where there's lots of people, I feel so crap. And it lowers your self-esteem even more. It's awful. But I know if I just took like the 10 minutes that it took to just stick a bit of 15 minutes it took me today to whip a few curls into my hair. You don't even have to do that. If you want to put a heatless curler in your hair overnight, jobs are good and you haven't got to do anything other than, or literally all I do at the minute is I stick a bit of mascara on, I do my brows, and I put some concealer on. That is literally it. Maybe a little bit of lip balm if I'm feeling a bit sassy. But just taking that little bit of time to get ready, I feel like a totally different woman. I feel so good. It makes me, I'm not doing it now because I've just realised like I'm really hunched over and I don't know why. But I feel up, I feel great, and my posture's better, I feel better about myself. It makes me, but it helps me make better decisions through the day. And it's the most bizarre thing. It is the most bizarre thing that doing such a small thing, which is just taking 10-15 minutes on your appearance, can set out your entire day. It's almost like you're setting the intention for the day. So you get up, you get ready, and you're like, yeah, I mean business today. I am on it. I mean business. Whereas when I don't do any of that and I'm just walking around looking like Waynetta Slob, like I don't know if any of you are even old enough to remember that, but yeah, Waynetta Slob, if you don't know who she is, I'll put a picture here. It was a Harry Enfield comedy sketch, but essentially just walking around looking like like a hot mess, and on those days I feel awful. I don't feel productive, I don't want to do anything, I don't want to go anywhere, I feel really lazy, I feel really lethargic, I will eat terrible foods, I won't drink my water, I won't want to go to the gym. Whereas if I get myself ready and just spend that little bit of time on making myself look better, I feel better, I eat better, I make sure that I'm doing what I should be doing, I want to go out places, I want to do stuff, I get my jobs done, I just feel more motivated. And I'm not going to say that's the same for everybody, because not everybody likes wearing makeup, not everybody likes doing their hair with heat, not everybody likes messing around every single day, and I'm not saying you have to do it every day, but it might help. So give it a try. I mean, I do it and I know that it helps me. So, and that's part of the journey of loving yourself. So why not? The next thing that I do is I journal, and if I'm having a particularly bad day, I go on Pinterest and I will type in like journal prompts for anxiety or dealing with anxiety, or journal prompts for mum guilt, or journal prompts for feeling good about yourself. And there's hundreds and hundreds and thousands on Pinterest. If you just type in what you're looking for and make sure that it says journal prompts, it gives you ideas of how to start writing, what to talk about, and just essentially get it all off your chest. And when you're writing in your journal, you are writing to you. You need to become your very own best friend, and you're helping yourself through it by talking it out and getting all of those mixed thoughts and emotions out of your mind onto paper, and writing it down just makes things so much easier. And I promise you, it will help. I love journaling. I mean, if anybody ever saw my journal, they would think, Jesus Christ, she is nuts. She's nuts. But it helps. It really, really helps. I love it. The next thing is to consume positive content. Now, what I do every now and again is I will go on my Instagram, I'll go on my YouTube, I will go on my Facebook, my TikTok, I'll go through everything, and I will look at who I'm following and what things are coming up on my suggested. And if it's not positive, I get rid of it. If it's something that makes me feel bad about myself, if it's so I'll use this as an example. So years and years ago, when I first started looking at Pinterest, I was constantly scrolling and looking for fitness inspiration, going on a diet, how to have the Victoria's Secret body. And at one point, that consumed my entire life. It was hideous. It was such a dark time. And essentially what I had to do was I had to get rid of Pinterest. I couldn't do it because it was stressing me out. It was upsetting me so much because I was constantly comparing myself to what I was seeing online. So eventually what I learned to do was remove all of that negative content. And whilst it's not intentionally negative, it was negative for me and it was having a negative impact on my health. So I got rid of it. I stopped consuming it, and oh my God, it's life-changing, because once you aren't overwhelmed and consumed by something that essentially makes you feel terrible about yourself, you don't forget about it, but it's not at the forefront of your mind because you are not constantly being hit in the face by all of these things that make you feel bad about yourself. So have a look through it, try it, go through your social media and just unfollow anything that is not positive content that's making you feel good. And it'll really help, because you're not, as soon as you go into any of your apps, you're not getting content that's going to make you feel rubbish. Does that make sense? Next is to practice gratitude. Now, gratitude is different for everybody, and some people will sit there and say, I am so thankful that I can put food on my table today. I'm so thankful that I can put gas and electric into my house and I can keep my family warm. I'm so thankful for my children. I'm so thankful for having a job, having a car. I'm thankful for living in the UK or wherever it is that you live, because you're not going through other things that maybe like third world countries are going through or something like that. Or it might be something a little bit more, and I'm going to use the word selfish, but I'm not meaning it in a negative way. So it might be that you sit yourself in front of a mirror, and if you particularly like your teeth, you could say, oh, I'm grateful that I have such a beautiful set of teeth. I'm grateful that I've got such healthy hair. I mean, I haven't got healthy hair. This is all a rouge. But I'm so grateful that I've got really thick, healthy, luscious hair. I'm so grateful that, I mean, obviously, again, I haven't got olive skin, but I'm so grateful that I've got olive skin, or I'm so grateful that I've got really fair skin because I feel like an English rose sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? So sitting in the mirror and just having gratitude for being you, and again, looking absolutely nuts and talking to yourself in the mirror. I mean, I'm kind of giving nuts vibes now. I'm talking to a camera, which is crazy, but it is what it is. So yeah, I think that's another tip, to practice gratitude. And the more you are thankful for stuff, the more appreciative you will feel, and the more you do it, the more you'll realize that actually you do have a lot to be thankful for, and it helps you with that self-love and that positivity. Words of affirmation. So, I mean, words of affirmation are things like, I am such a beautiful, strong, independent woman, or I'm such a beautiful, strong, independent person. I am an amazing mum. I am an amazing sister. I'm an amazing friend. That sort of thing. Again, sitting in front of a mirror and telling yourself, can't talk, and telling yourself these things every morning, even if it's just say it to yourself 10 times. Sit in your mirror and say, I am beautiful. I am beautiful, because you are. And just watch, just look at yourself in the mirror and just say it to yourself over and over again, and I guarantee you the smile that you will get on your face will make your day. It will make you so happy. Because again, if you can't look at yourself and think, I love me, I'm beautiful, I'm worthy, why would anybody else think that? And I know that's so awful to think, but you have to learn to love yourself and care about yourself before anybody else can. And that is why going on a self-love journey is so important. I really need a drink. The next thing that I'm going to talk about is acts of service. Now, when I say acts of service, I don't mean for other people, I mean for you. Now, whether that is cleaning up your space to clear your mind, because if you're anything like me, and I know a lot of people do this, if you have a messy space, you have a messy mind. A clear mind is a clear space helps you have a clearer mind, because you're not worrying about what's going on in the background. Going to the gym, an act of self-service, going to the gym. Such a simple thing, and making yourself feel better because you are doing something that is going to help you along your journey. It might be to meal prep, it might be to go out and do a healthy food shop, it might be to sit yourself down with a glass of wine and have a really healthy meal, or a treat meal even, that's a little bit healthy, a little bit naughty. The next thing is physical touch. Now, sometimes I don't get this because I'm not a massively huggy person, but you know when you're at work or you're speaking to one of your friends and you are sat there and someone's really upset and they just need a hug. It's the same for you. And potentially when you're having a really rough time, you need to figure out things around physical touch that make you feel better. So whether that's giving yourself a little pamper night, so getting out your moisturizers and moisturizing your body, having a little face mask, doing your hair, doing a little manicure or pedicure, fake tanning. I absolutely love giving myself a fake tan, doing my nails. I do my own nails at the minute just because I'm finding it so hard to find time to go and get them done. But yeah, so I'll gel my nails, I'll gel my toes, I will fake tan, I'll shave my legs, I'll do everything else in between, and I just feel so much better. So physical touch is a good thing. And again, I've already said that I do like a bit of a naughty book. So if you're that way inclined, also get yourself a vibe, because it's a vibe. Oh my god, I can't believe I just said that on the internet. Anywho, let's move on. The next thing that I'm going to talk about is sleep. and sleep. We all know sleep is so important, and I especially don't get enough sleep, and this is because I have 2 children, and Jesus Christ, since the 28th of February 2019, I haven't had a good night's sleep, and I need it. I really need it. And it is getting a little bit easier. Obviously, they're not getting up 3-4 times in the night for feeds or anything like that, because obviously Millie is almost 5, Max has just turned 2, but Max still gets up probably around 3-4 o'clock, and then I have to go and get him, take him back to bed, make sure that he settles back down, make sure that he's safe, he feels safe, that he's happy, and then I'll go back to bed. Then it'll take me forever to get back to sleep, and then my alarm's going off the next thing I know, and it's time to get up for work, and it's just chaos. And sleep is such a big thing, and on Saturdays and Sundays we will take it in turns. So like one Saturday Ross will have a lie-in, one Saturday I'll have a lie-in, and the same on Sundays, and we'll just take it in turns who's going to have a lie-in on whichever given day. And I feel so much better just for getting that little bit more sleep. I feel more alert, I feel more focused, I feel more productive, I feel like I can be me, and I feel like I can actually get my ducks in a row and get my shit done. Do you know what I mean? So sleep is so important. I've already touched on this in acts of service, but exercise, even if it is just getting yourself outside and going for a walk. It doesn't need to be going to the gym, it doesn't need to be going swimming, it can be anything. It can even be just, if you've got kids, get the kids, go out for a walk, go to the park, get yourself some exercise. If you've got a dog, get it on its lead, go for a walk, whatever it is. If you've got a friend that's in the same situation and wants to sort of develop their self-love journey, go out for a walk. Go out for a walk and take it all in. And then the last and final thing that I've got on here is getting out into nature. You will not believe how much better you will feel for just going out. Go for a walk somewhere where there's no houses. So near where I live, there's a massive like park, and when I say park, I don't mean like a kid's park with swings and slides and stuff like that. It's called Rother Valley, and essentially it's a huge lake, and well, it's 2 lakes. It's 2 lakes, one bigger than the other. You don't even need to know all of this, I'm just waffling at this point. But it's a huge lake, it's got a big walk around, it's got loads of trees, there's nothing sort of to distract you. It's just so nice, it's so peaceful. Loads of people take their dogs there for a walk, loads of families go there. It's just nice. Or you can go to the woods, you can go somewhere, like I'm using like local things to me, so you can go out to Sherwood Forest, you can go out to Columba Park, you can, if you've got the ability to be able to, go out to the seaside and just be outside. Like, being outside is so good for your mental health, it's so good for your physical health, just breathing in all of that fresh air. We are human beings, we are not designed to be stuck indoors. So get yourself outside by any way possible. Get yourself outside and you will feel so much better. It's so stuffy inside, it's just not the thing. Just go outside. Even if you're into, I think it's called planting or something like that, and basically you take shoes and socks off and you just go and you either sit or you stand on the soil and you just be, I feel absolutely insane, but you be sort of at one with nature. You're all gonna think I'm absolutely nuts, but it's fine. It's fine, it doesn't matter. But take some of these things on board. Let me know down in the comments below if this is anything that you've tried yourself. If you're on a self-love journey, what have you found that works for you? Have any of the tips and hints that I've suggested worked for you so far? If so, share your positive journey. I really, really hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully I will see you in my next one. If you did enjoy it, please make sure that you hit the like button and subscribe, and I will see you again for another video very soon. Bye.